Hi there. Happy day. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, but of course you may call me Pajama Grandma. This is the first time you're catching my little what's she up to now. Go ahead and put hashtag pajama in the comments below and let me know that you are newly being exposed to the Pajama Grandma, because sometimes people freak out because I'm an acquired taste to many. And that's exactly how I want it to be. This is where I document what I'm up to now as I'm transitioning from the offline brick and mortar world of business to the online world, which means I can work in my pajamas. Best thing in the whole wide world for me. Might not be for you. Some people like getting dressed up and fancy every day. Me, not so much, especially as I've gotten older. Yeah, when I was younger, I didn't mind doing that. But now these gray hairs, they don't like to be curled every day. They don't like to be put up every day. Sometimes they just like to be down and free and being me, which is what it's all about. Today, this week, it's been a crazy week, crazy people week, but it's been an awesome week. Stephen Larson from The Science of Sales has been doing live demonstrations of how to do things online, which is super exciting for someone like me. He geeks out on all this stuff and he goes into major depth and detail and he explains all the thinking behind it, which is really, really powerful. Now, the coolest part of it is, and I don't know why people don't get it, because he learned it from Russell and Russell demonstrated it, last year now with Expert Secrets. And he's creating a product live with an audience online. It's freaking powerful. And everybody's like, where's the replay? I need the replay. I missed part of it. Well, duh, you don't get the replay, people, because he's creating a product. It's going to be a $3,000 product, which I'm telling you, I've watched a lot of the live builds and the things that he's putting in this product over the last, he's been creating it for a good year and a half now. I've been participating in some of them and watching some of them. They're absolutely phenomenal. Best value on the planet if you want to know and understand funnels, what's behind them, how to build them, and the detailed thinking and strategy behind why you do each of the different things you do and the way you do them. I had a discussion the other day with a lady who had watched my webinar and was saying, you know, do you have to do that stack thing? Can you just not do that? And I caught myself, I was going to explain why I do it, even though it's a little annoying for people. And I admit it, it feels awkward to do it for me too, but it's so powerful that I'm not going to not do it. I mean, there's enough evidence that that is the thing you have to do, whether you agree with it or not, because it works, and whether a couple people agree with it or not, because it works. Now, you'll notice this person did not buy my product because it wasn't right for that person, and that's exactly part of the purpose of the entire process. Incredible. I've said that more than once now, so that's enough. But I've spent a lot of time this week participating in that and put on my other things and shuffled things around in order to prioritize that, because I knew it was something that I wanted to listen to and participate in. And it really helped me a lot, because I'm doing my slides for my new Supersize Your Business webinar. And I did it really plain. And I was thinking, oh, I can just do it really plain and I can try it and make sure I got my stories right and throw it up. And I totally decided, absolutely not. I'm totally not going to do that. I'm going to spend the time to get the right graphics in my slides, to make the slides look the way I want as best I can the first time through. And if it takes me a week, it takes me a week. If it takes me 2 weeks, it takes me 2 weeks. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not going to take me 2 weeks. I'm not even through. It's going to take me probably through the weekend, if I'm being realistic. The hardest part for me personally is and it shouldn't be, according to Stephen, it should be the quickest part, grabbing the assets and putting them together. For me, it is definitely the hardest part. I'm not a super visual person, so to me, I would just pull stock photos, throw them in there, and go. But I've gotten the feedback, oh, you use too many stock photos, you use too many photos. So I'm like, okay, I've got to back out on that. And it's because my personality and my mind and my brain tend to be full of a lot of stuff and cluttered. And I noticed that shows up in my presentations, and I put, like, instead of putting one picture on, I'll put 10 pictures on. I used to do the same thing in high school and in college when I was writing papers. They'd say get 1 to 3 sources of something for information. I'd have 20. I just do that because I figured if 1 or 3 sources are good, 20 are great and are going to give me a lot more balanced perspective on how things really work. I do the same thing with everything. So if nothing else, I'm consistent. Is it good? Not necessarily good all the time. Slows down my process, clutters up my mind, which is why my entire direction this year has been on honing in, focusing on one thing, the one thing, the one thing, the one thing. I keep hearing about the one thing. I keep running into the one thing for a reason, because I need to do one thing, not 100 notebooks full of things, one thing. So supersize your business is my one thing, working on that, adding graphics, and I guarantee it's going to take me all day today. I only got through one section yesterday, so it's going to take me at least all day today because I've got coaching calls and things sprinkled in, and I love doing coaching calls. I love helping people one-on-one, but this is my move to helping people in groups because I know I can super effectively help people one-on-one, but I also know that I can translate that to groups, and I want to make the world a different, better place. I want to make my world a better place, and the only way to do that is by helping more people, and I can't help. I mean, there's only 24 hours in a day. We all only get 24 hours in our day, so I can only help so many people on the one-on-one business model. So I need to move to the one-to-many, the groups business model, and that's going to take me some time, because not a lot of time. I'm acting fast. Don't get me wrong. It's all about fast action, but it's also about putting a good foot forward, not a half-ass foot forward. And that's kind of what I was thinking with my first attempt. And I'm like, yeah, and I went through it once. I recorded it on Camtasia, and I'm like, I don't like it. It's so freaking boring. I'm falling asleep. And if I'm falling asleep in my own webinar, how on earth do I expect anybody else to listen to my webinar? Not going to. So it's got to change. So I'm working on that today, doing my coaching calls. I'm sure I'll sprinkle a couple of other fun things in there because that's what I do. I hope you have, I don't hope, I'm wishing you, I'm sending you massive love and light and energy and good vibes to have a fantastic day. Don't just have a good day. Don't just have a fine day. Don't have a day that sucks. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.